Elaine and Tamlin are mates.
Oh. Elaine and Tamlin are mates? Gross is probably my reaction. Ugh. Everyone deserves better than Tamlin, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Did y'all see that one girl who read the first ACOTAR book and got a tattoo of Tamlin on her calf?
She doesn't know.
I was like, just keep reading. Just read the second book. That was painful.
Spinning off of that, Amarantha and Tamlin were mates, and he rejected the bond.
Interesting. So I guess in my mind, I would have to figure out like how much of a connection that he would have to the cauldron, like based on what his lineage is and who he's related to, that would even give him the breadth of power to be able to reject a bond with somebody as powerful as Amarantha and stay alive. That's one that I could bite into. That's one that gets me amped, just because I feel like there's so many possibilities on how that could potentially be the case. And what would that do to him? Also, how would that affect him after she died? He goes crazy, technically. And yeah, it's Feyre, blah, blah, blah. But he goes... Someone's got to come get their mans, because he went wild, stopped showering, eating cup noodles, and throwing things all over his beautiful home, citing one female. I don't know, man.
But what if it was the wrong female?
Yeah, I mean, what if? I guess. What if it was Amarantha the whole time? I don't know. Also, Tamlin. Ugh.
We're gonna move on from Tamlin.
Yeah.
Mama Archeron was a witch.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that could track.
Yeah.
Y'all know how I feel about Nesta. I mean,
My girl.
Yeah, that's my girl. Like, she's us, though. She's so fully us. I feel like she is the most human amongst all of Sarah J. Maas's characters, that wants to be human so badly, like even after becoming High Fae and gaining all of his power, like still has a piece of her that's yearning for some semblance of normalcy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's human nature. Maybe that's all of us. In some capacity, like maybe we all just want to be able to go home and kick our feet up and chill at the end of the day and not be thinking about life after 500 years from now.
Yeah.
You know?
One theory that's out there is there's an eighth court called the Dusk Court, and Nesta will eventually rule over it.
The Dusk Court, Dusk's Dream? Oh, snap. Okay, so now we're getting into some Crescent City stuff, too. Okay, so for all my Crescent City girlies out there, what does that mean where Danica is concerned? Does that tie Danica and her lineage up with Nesta in some way, which, man, that could be so cool, too. Danica and Nesta would love each other, I feel like. I feel like they would really... No spoilers, but, rest in peace. I really, truly believe that Nesta is destined for ruling something. I'm curious to see where things go as we discover more about the ley lines and travel and all of the world walkers and all of that, who amongst the rest of our ACOTAR crew and the rest of our Throne of Glass crew might be able to do the same stuff that we're talking about. But now I gotta go back and look at notes about Dusk's Dream, because there has to be. Oh, we're so unfinished. Okay, continue.
Azriel was never in love with Mor. He's just been trying to figure out what she's been hiding.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so I've got more on the sus list. I've had more on the sus list for forever. I don't like the way that she maneuvers. I think that aren't we all a little selfish, I do think that she has some big red button somewhere, though. something ancient. I think that she is not from the original world of the Fae. I think that she could have some sort... I feel like Moore could have some sort of connection with... Well, do we even talk about the Asteri? I'm like 10 chapters away from finishing the last Crescent City book right now, Flame and Shadow, and like I know that there's unanswered things that might get answered here. I think that Azrael is meant to be with somebody that is not in the ACOTAR landscape.
Okay.
And I think that that is predetermined. And I think that he is also Starborn in some capacity.
So you don't think, because this is another theory, Azrael and Eris are mates?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't think that that's the case. I think that Azrael has an understanding of things that we can't comprehend yet because he knows shit that we just don't know yet that maybe Sarah does, you know. But
Have you ever thought about like seeing yourself as Azrael? Like when I like read, I think of you.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I do.
As Azrael? That's hot. He's cool. As an actor, he's the kind of character that you would sink your teeth into. He's got such a journey, and this through line is kind of crazy. And I mean, I know that he's obsessed with Moore.
I think he's obsessed with knowing the truth.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean everything. I mean his dagger. If
Truth
that's gonna
teller.
say like he. And him not being able to figure that out with, well, I guess that it does make sense. It would like fanaticize the idea of Moore.
And not being able to figure her out.
Yeah, it's like he's looking for answers as well, and so I think that him meeting Bryce is a huge turning point for him in some capacity.
But yeah, I'm gonna put it out to the universe.
Yeah.
Jordan Fisher as Azrael.
Oh man, that could be cool. Azrael would be a blast. Azrael would be really cool.
Another theory that's out there is Reese is actually evil.
Man, I think everybody that has something to say about Reese is only because of Silver Flames, and that's only because we didn't spend intimate time with him. I think that it's easy to forget why he's functioning the way that he is and how he's acting and whatnot because we're not with him at really his most critical time, like the time where everything hangs in the balance, him and his mate and their safety and the safety of their unborn babe. Like there's so much that's going on through his mind, and I think that really like icked people, which makes sense, especially because this is not his and Feyre's story. It's Nesta and Cassian's. But I think that Silver Flames made people go, Reese is kind of annoying. You don't. I bet you think that about a lot of people that you don't know intimately or you're not spending intimate time with.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people thought the same thing about Nesta in previous books.
For
They're
sure.
like, why is she this way? Like,
I always liked her. No, I did. I was like, this girl Nesta
like,
is a problem.
if I took a quiz, I would be Nesta. Like, I'm just saying.
This girl Nesta's a problem, and her thrusting herself out of that cauldron, all wet and soaking and pissed and flicking off. I mean, and Cassian being like, hey, like it's kind of me too. I'm like, you're bad, man. You're
Love her.
wild.
The last one is Lucian will become High King of Prithian at some point.
I dig that. I absolutely think that. I think that could totally be the case, 100%. He's got such a King Arthur kind of journey and trajectory about him that's tried and he's tested, and he, before anybody could catch wind of how rotten his family was, he was like, no. Even to go be with Tamlin, which is like, I don't like Tamlin, y'all. He annoys the mess out of me. But yeah, I do like that one.
Okay.
I like that one a lot. Especially if Reese has other places to go and other things to do. Which I think that he does. I think that I mean, listen, I'm a nerd and I'm a big fan of like hey, everybody's gonna come through the portal and we're all gonna have a big fat battle at the end of it, and all of your favorite characters are gonna live and one of your favorite characters is gonna die and everyone's gonna be sad about it, but ultimately we all end up together in the same place. That's what I love. I am a nerd for that. I geek out about that kind of stuff. And so in my mind, Reese and Aelin and Rowan and Feyre and Bryce and Hunt all gonna join forces and be the Avengers somehow, someday.
Manifesting this for you.